Nature of matter. Learning objectives. Classification. What is matter? Properties of matter. There are variety of things around us. We use many of these things in our day-to-day life. Some of these things are living while some of them are non-living. Different things have different shapes, sizes and colors. They may be made of same or different materials. Yet there are things that exist but you cannot see, such as air and microscopic germs. Classification. In order to have a better knowledge of the things mentioned above, we shall have to classify them into different groups. Examine the items as shown in the following figures. In what ways do the items of Group A differ from those in Group B? Group A consists of item group that are similar to each other, whereas Group B consists of 7 items that are different from each other. You can classify the objects of Group B in different classes on the basis of their similarities and dissimilarities. This is what classification means. Group A. 10 pencils. Group B. Pencil, chair, tables, glass, plate, spoon, sofa set. Grouping of things helps us in 4 ways. 1. We can know the utility of the thing in a better way. 2. We can decide which things to be discarded and which new things to be added to the group. 3. We can place them in an orderly manner so that we may locate any of them easily when required. 4. It saves time and energy. You visit a departmental store and see how things have been placed after classification. As soon as we enter a store, we do not have to waste our time. Reaching the concerned counter, we can have things of our choice. Classification is possible only when the things to be grouped have some specific similarities and some dissimilarities. Classification means sorting and grouping things with respect to well-defined similarities and dissimilarities and then placing them in various groups. In terms of life, we can group all the things in the world in 3 chief groups. These groups are living things, non-living things and dormant things. These groups can be further classified into subgroups. Groups. Things. Example. Living things. Human beings, animals and plants. Non-living things. Wooden items, utensils, metal items, man-made products. Dormant thing. Seeds, spores, etc. Classification is not confined to living things. Non-living things can be classified in various ways. What are things made up of? We use many objects in our daily life. Some of them are made of natural materials while others of man-made materials. You listed things which are used in the school. Let us select book from this list. A book is made by using paper, printing ink, stitching thread and glue. These are called materials. A material can be used to make different kinds of thing or objects. Various things are made of different materials. These materials fall into 2 groups, natural and man-made. Natural materials. Cotton, wood, jute, coal, minerals, water, petroleum, natural gas are natural materials. They are known so because they occur in nature. Cotton, wood, jute, coal. Man-made materials. Glass, stainless steel, plastics, paper, cardboard, fertilizer, plywood, china, clay are man-made materials. Glass, stainless steel, plastic, paper. What is matter? We have read that all things around us are made of materials. All those materials that we can touch, taste, smell or feel are called matter. Properties of matter are: A. They have body which can be touched. B. They occupy space, though different in each case. C. They have mass, an amount of something, to make their bodies. Various materials are, in fact, various forms of matter which all the things are made up of. Even living things are made up of matter. Matter may be defined as something that has mass and occupies space. You may have understood now what matter is. Feel, smell or look does not occupy space and has mass. So, do we have something around us that is not matter? Sound is not matter. Vibration is another example. Though we can feel vibration, it is not matter. Both sound and vibration are forms of energy, hence are not matter. Let us take three things: a stone, a glass of water and a ball. A. The stone can be touched. It occupies space and is heavy. This heaviness is due to its mass. B. The water in the glass can be touched. It occupies space. It has mass that makes the glass heavier than an empty glass. C. When air is pumped into a ball, it becomes heavier than before due to the mass of the pumped air. So, air has mass. Also, it occupies space inside the ball. Though we cannot see the air, we can feel its touch when it moves against our bodies. A glass of water. A ball. Touching stone with hands. Touching water. Pumping air into a ball. States of matter. We have seen that all the things are made of matter. Matter exists in three states: solids, liquids and gases. Look at the adjacent pictures and notice the difference between three states of matter. Ice occupies a definite space and has a definite shape. It is the solid state of matter. Water occupies definite volume but takes the shape of the container it is in. It is the liquid state of matter. Vapor neither occupies a definite space nor has a definite shape. It is the gaseous state of matter. Properties of matter. Have you ever wondered that matter has distinctive properties? Some properties are discussed here. 1. Luster. Observe everyday material. You will notice that your TV screen shines whereas your rubber footwear does not. Similarly, gold jewelry, a metal spoon, silk cloth and book cover shine. However, the materials made from wood or bricks do not shine. The material which have a special shine on them are known to be lustrous and the special shine on them is called luster. Shining materials. 2. Hardness and softness. Hardness is another property of materials. Some are very hard while others are soft. A hard material can scratch or cut a soft material easily. Diamond is the hardest material. It can cut glass. Soft materials cannot even scratch a hard material. Chalk is a soft material. It can be easily powdered by just pressing. Diamond and chalk. 3. Solubility in water. Water is a common material found in nature. It is one of the primary requirements of all living things. It transports the eaten food material to various parts of the body. We also use it for various other purposes: cooking, cleaning, washing, etc. It is a good solvent as well. Some materials are soluble in water whereas others are insoluble in it. Materials can be classified on the basis of their solubility in water. Some materials are highly soluble in water, salt, sugar, while others are insoluble, oxygen, edible oil, in water. Let us perform some activities to learn more about the solubility of different substances in water. Solubility of solids in water. Activity 4.4. 1. Take 2 glass test tubes with half-filled water. 2. Mark the test tubes as 1 and 2. 3. Add half teaspoon sand in test tube 1 and half teaspoon salt in test tube 2. You will notice that sand in test tube 1 does not get dissolved in water and hence it is an insoluble substance, whereas salt in test tube 2 disappears completely in water. In other words, we can say that this substance gets completely dissolved in water and hence is a soluble substance. This shows that some solids are completely soluble in water, whereas some are not. Salt is insoluble in water. Activity 4.5. 1. Take 2 test tubes and mark them as 1 and 2. Fill each of test tubes half with water. 2. Mix half teaspoon of honey in test tube 1 and half teaspoon of mustard oil in test tube 2. You will observe that honey has completely mixed with water in test tube 1. In other words, we can say that honey is soluble, miscible, in water. Mustard oil does not mix with water in test tube 2. It forms a distinct layer on the top of water. In other words, the liquids soluble in water are called miscible liquids. The liquids insoluble in water are called immiscible liquids. Honey is soluble in water. Mustard oil is insoluble in water. 4. Heaviness. Heaviness of materials can be shown through an experiment. Materials heavier than water sink in it while lighter ones keep floating. Collect samples of iron nails, a piece of wood, a small plastic object, a small stone, a piece of ice and some kerosene. Now put each of the above things in the water. You will notice that some objects sink in the water while others float. Hence, materials can be classified as lighter than and heavier than water. A. Floating leaf. B. Sinking coin. 5. Transparency. Materials can also be classified based on the amount of light that can pass through them. If most of the light passes through an object, it is called transparent. Materials that do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque materials. If light can pass through the material partially, it is called translucent. The following experiment clarifies this point. Activity 4.6. Take a piece of glass and some water in a trough. Look into them in turn. We can easily look through them. On the other hand, if we look through a piece of wood or cardboard, we cannot see anything. So, materials can be divided into two classes as transparent, through which we are able to see, and opaque, through which we cannot see. As for air and water, both of them are transparent in behaviors. Air is all around us. We can see things around us. Let us do another activity. Make a dot on a white paper and place a glass full of water on it. We can see the dot through the glass and the water as well. So, glass and clean water is also transparent material. Any matter can be classified as opaque or translucent. Transparent glass, ground glass, wood cardboard. 6. Conduction of heat. Observe a pressure cooker, a frying pan and a baking plate in your kitchen. They are made of various metals but their handles are made of either wood or plastics. Why is it so? This is because wood or plastic do not become hot while cooking. They are called bad conductors of heat or insulators. As for liquids, oils, mercury etc. are very good conductors of heat. Wool has the property of holding air in it. The air is trapped in it intact and does not let the fibers to blow out the body heat. That is why we wear woolen clothes in winters. Good conductor. Bad conductor. Activity 4.7. 1. Take a half-filled glass tumbler with hot water. 2. Take 2 spoons, one made from stainless steel and the other made from plastic. 3. Put both the spoons in this hot water. 4. After few minutes, touch the other end of the spoons one by one. You will see that the stainless steel spoon gives a hotter feeling. This is so, because in material like metal heat flows quickly. 7. Response to magnets. Magnets possess force of attraction. Some materials are attracted by magnets, while others are not. These are called magnetic materials. Let us see how different materials respond to a magnet. Classification may be done based on the magnetic properties of materials. Activity 4.8. Place small pins, paper clips, plastic, buttons, copper filings and needles on a table. Bring a bar magnet near each of them one by one. Some of the objects will be attracted towards the magnet while the others will remain unaffected. Let us see which one of them gets attracted to the magnet. The magnet attracts only all pins, paper clips and needles. All of them are made from iron. Copper filings are other materials that are also attracted by a magnet. So, materials can be classified as sensitive to magnets or magnetic and insensitive to magnets or non-magnetic. 8. Conduction of electricity. We use electricity in our homes. When we switch on the light, the current off, electricity flows through the filament made up of metal wires in bulb. These wires are inside a cable. Have you ever seen the inside of an electric cable? Cut open the colored wrapping cable. Inside, you find a number of thin metal wires. It is these thread wires that carry the electricity current. Metals are good conductors of electricity. Why are thread wires wrapped in a thin colored cover red, green or black? Because this cover does not allow electricity to pass through it. It is made of rubber. So, rubber is a non-conductor of electricity. A non-conductor is also called an insulator. Air and pure water are not conductors of electricity. But normal water contains various salts in it. However, water with dissolved salt in ordinary tap water is a conductor of electricity. Conduction of electricity. Evaluate yourself. 1. If most of the light passes through an object, what will you call such material? 2. Name 2 objects made from transparent materials. 3. Name 2 objects which are attracted by magnets. Keywords. Classification. Arranging into various groups in terms of something common. Matter. Anything that can be touched, has mass and occupies space. Transparent. Substances through which light can pass. Solubility. Quality of a material to get dissolved in a liquid. Opaque. Material that does not allow light to pass through it. Summary. Grouping together things with similar properties is called classification. All things are made up of materials. Anything that occupies space and has mass is matter. Solids, liquids and gases differ in their properties. Solids occupy a definite space and have a definite shape. Liquids have no definite shape but occupy a definite space. Gases have definite shape and volume but flow in all directions. The objects through which light passes completely are called transparent objects. The objects through which light passes only partially are called translucent. The objects through which light does not pass at all are called opaque. Air is a transparent material. Materials like rubber and plastic that are bad conductor of heat and electricity are called insulators. Materials such as copper and silver are good conductors of heat and electricity.